The 5th century AD, the Western Roman Empire, once the most powerful state in the known world, was slowly collapsing from within. For centuries, Rome had ruled vast territories across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. It built roads, cities, and laws that shaped entire civilizations. To many people, Rome seemed eternal, yet behind its grand monuments, the empire was growing tired. The fall of Rome was not caused by a single disaster. It was the result of many problems building up over time. One of the greatest weaknesses was internal instability. The empire had grown too large to manage effectively. Governing such vast lands became increasingly difficult. Power struggles were constant. Emperors were overthrown one after another, sometimes several within a single decade. This political chaos weakened the foundations of the state and made long-term planning almost impossible. At the same time, the economy was deteriorating. Endless wars drained the treasury. Taxes increased, placing heavy burdens on ordinary citizens. Inflation reduced the value of money. Trade slowed, and once prosperous cities began to decline. Many people lost trust in the government that was supposed to protect them. The Roman army, once the empire's greatest strength, was also changing. In earlier centuries, disciplined Roman legions were fiercely loyal to the state, but over time, more foreign mercenaries filled the ranks. Many of these soldiers fought primarily for payment rather than loyalty to Rome. This shift weakened the reliability and unity of the military. While internal problems grew, external pressure intensified. Various Germanic tribes, including the Visigoths and Vandals, pressed against Rome's borders. They saw the empire not only as an enemy, but as a land of immense wealth. Waves of migrations and invasions put enormous strain on Roman defenses. In the year 410 AD, the Visigoths sacked the city of Rome itself. For centuries, Rome had been called the Eternal City. Its capture shocked the ancient world. Many people believed the unthinkable had happened. The psychological impact was enormous. If Rome could fall, what was truly safe? Yet life inside the empire sometimes continued in strangely normal ways. Historical accounts suggest that even during times of crisis, public games and chariot races were still held. It was as if many citizens were trying to distract themselves from the growing danger around them. By this time, the empire had already been divided into two parts, the Eastern and Western Roman empires. The eastern half, later known as the Byzantine Empire, was wealthier and more stable. The Western Empire, however, continued to weaken. It gradually lost control over many of its territories. Local generals gained power, and the authority of the emperor became increasingly symbolic. Then came the decisive moment. In 476 AD, a Germanic military leader named Odoacer marched into Rome and deposed the last Western Roman emperor, a young boy named Romulus Augustulus. There was a striking historical irony. Rome's legendary founder was named Romulus, and now the final emperor carried the same name. It was as if history had come full circle. Odoacer did not declare himself a new Roman emperor. Instead, he simply assumed control and announced the end of the Western Roman imperial rule. This event is traditionally marked as the fall of the Western Roman Empire. However, Rome did not collapse overnight. Its fall had been a long, gradual process. The events of 476 AD were more symbolic ending than a sudden catastrophe. The consequences were enormous. The collapse of the Western Empire ushered in a new era in European history. New kingdoms emerged across former Roman lands. Trade declined, cities shrank, and political structures transformed. This period would later be known as the Middle Ages. Yet Rome did not disappear entirely. Its legacy survived in law, architecture, language, and culture. Roman legal principles still influence modern legal systems. Roads and engineering techniques inspired future generations. In many ways, the foundations of the modern Western world were built upon Roman achievements. The fall of the Western Roman Empire offers a powerful lesson. Even the mightiest civilizations can weaken when internal divisions combined with external threats. Military strength alone is not enough. Stable governance, economic health, and social unity are equally essential. An empire that once ruled much of the known world eventually faded from the political stage, but its influence never truly vanished. Rome's story remains a reminder of both the fragility and endurance of human civilization. And perhaps the most fascinating question still lingers. If Rome had solved its internal crises in time, how different would our world look today?